So, Anthony, I've been giving you mad respect. So you got to clarify something. If you don't want to, that's fine. I'll walk away from you. People in the chat been telling me that you got DQ.
Yeah, it's true.
Do you want to clarify that shit, or you want to wait to explain your partner?
I mean, I could say it now. Me and my opponent, we played during round 4.
Right.
We entered game 3.
Mm-hmm.
I went for game during, we were in time procedures, and it was my second turn.
Right.
I comboed my entire hand out with at all cost Vegeta. Triple strike, he was at 3 life. Time was called again, but when time is called during that point, the game ends.
Are you talking about the 10-minute time?
Yeah, we were already in the 10-minute time.
Okay,
so time
right.
was called again. So we were in game 3, time was called, and then during the second turn of that, when time was called, I was going out for game with an at all cost Vegeta. I flushed out my hand. When I flushed out my hand, my opponent paused for a little bit, and then again, time was called. So at that point, Casey, one of the judges, came through and was like, Anthony, I'm sorry, we don't do things back like in ARG or PPG. You don't finish the combo step. If you're in the combo step, it's too bad. It is what it is.
Right.
So after that, I made a statement to my opponent saying, like, I made a statement because I was frustrated. I was like, you should have just given me the win. I had clearly game won.
Right.
And there was a point where he did slow play, and I told him to speed it up, and a judge was there and told him to speed it up, that he had to make a move. But long story short, he didn't do that, obviously, and he was fine with the draw. So I had talks with some of my friends, and I was like, wow, like, this sucks, because like I had game on him and whatever. So fast forward, that round ended. I went into round 5. I played against Joey Palladino. You guys may know,
Right.
And we had a good game. We went also to game 3. I managed to take it. After the end, I went to the back to give my slip, and essentially David Fashbinder needed to talk to me. Casey Brock told me the head judge wanted to talk to me. So I went to the back, and then they basically told me that I'm being DQ'd. They said I'm being DQ'd because I tried to change the integrity of the match. Essentially, I made a statement to my opponent, letting him know, like, you should have, given me the win. That's not proper. Anything in that context, because according to them, that is trying to manipulate it. Like, what if he would have given me the win?
Right.
That would have manipulated the results. Even though I had game, time was called before he was able to combo. So based off that premise, it was a draw. And because I would have tried to manipulate that outcome, that's the reason why they believe I should be removed. I actually went over there and spoke to them, and I brought the guy over, and and he told his side of the story. And I spoke to him, and I was like, I made a comment. I was like, if you would have given me, it was a comment like, oh, if you would have given me the win, since you know that I've beaten you, like, that would have been plus for one of us to continue advancing.
Right.
And like, it is what it is. Like, I know if I was playing my boys or any of my friends, at that point, if I was on the receiving end, I would have given them the win, because obviously I didn't want to bump them out.
Right.
And then later on, if you wanted to do something nice in return, by all means, cool.
Right.
But that's just, again, that
So,
was
you know
the
what?
scenario.
Now that you told us that, I can't even disagree with you, because that happened in round 1. I was swinging with Kaioken. I got up to 135. He had 3 cards left in hand. He said no negates. So what happened was, he hit 10:01. He called Casey over, and Casey's like, the game is over. I was like, Casey, I should be able to finish this damn damage step. It's his turn to defend.
Joey told me he heard about that. Yeah, and so it was you.
Yes.
Joey heard about it.
And I was like, yo, there's no way he's not going to out-combo Casey. We should be able to, like, finish this. And he's like, no, it's a draw. So, you know what? After you explained, because, like, the chat brought it to my attention. Yeah. And I was like, I don't know what the fuck to tell you. So you heard it first, ladies and gentlemen. The same thing that happened to him, that happened to me, happened to him.
Except my choice of word, it's not like Frank decided to say, hey, you should give me the win. I said something like, I said that. So from their perspective, it was like, well, from a draw, it went into a DQ.
Wow.
But we still got the draw. And then I beat Joey, but it sucked because it's like, had I known this was going to happen, I would have just given Joey the win.
Right.
It just didn't make any sense to, like, it just sucks because, like, if that's an issue and I made a statement, then that should have been addressed right there. whatever I said, that was an issue. And
Right.
if it was taken out of context, I could have explained myself. But
Right.
I guess at that point,
Did
there
they
was
even give you a
nothing
chance to defend yourself?
They did, but not really. So, like, I went to the back, I spoke about the situation, and they said, well, you know, we have two compelling arguments that said you said this. And I was like, but in what context? Like, you can't take someone else's side because you don't know what's...
When you say compelling arguments, who was the other person arguing?
They wouldn't want to. They don't want to disclose that information. It could have been like I thought it was the guy's friend. I thought it was my opponent's friend, but according to him, it wasn't his friend. It was someone else that didn't even know him, and they decided to come forth to like say, "Hey, I heard Anthony."
So someone was trying to basically get at you.
Yeah. So someone was trying to get at me, but honestly, guys, it was my fault. I shouldn't have used certain choices of words and. If I, now I know. I mean,
Right.
It just doesn't make sense because it's not like I offered money. I didn't offer nothing. There was no bribery that happened.
Right.
But my choice of words were considered manipulation or
Right.
potential manipulation of the
Right.
match. Because once time is called, since it was a draw, they were saying basically like, well, time is called. You can't go back. That's it. So he can't give you the win. He can't even concede at that point
Right.
because time was called.
Wow.
So that's that. That's pretty much it.
Yo, that's when I realized that it's a PPG thing that you can
Yes,
finish combo and
correct.
not a Bandai.
So, like,
thing.
if we go to the Pro Play Tour event in January, obviously I'm going to ask in advance.
Right.
But if you're in the combo step, more than likely you can finish it out.
Wow.
Here, with the floor rules, you cannot. They
Yeah.
revamped the system. Once you're in the combo step, if your opponent can actually wait and take time to
Yeah.
decide what they want to combo,
Then it's a
and
draw.
if time is called, it's a draw.
Yo, that's the most fuck shit I've
It
ever
is,
heard.
and the thing is that you're allowed time in between each card or each like activation, like
Right.
each step. So, like for example, let's say I decide to combo, right? One card. That one card, I could take like 5 seconds. I could take 10 seconds to decide another card. And if I know that time is coming, I can technically just beat the clock.
Right.
And it would be like, obviously, like I'm gonna be honest, I felt cheated. And my opponent did apologize to me, but I felt cheated. But then what made it worse was not only I got the draw that I did not want, because I had clearly game, I ended up getting DQ because of my choice of words.
Right.
So
So this is what we're gonna do, man. I'm gonna leave you alone about it because I already know how you feel about it. I know you're gonna talk about this later.
Oh yeah, I will. I'll probably make
So-
a YouTube video.
Right.
On it.
So I definitely know how you feel, man. So I'm gonna leave you alone about this shit. But like I said, I'm sorry, brother.
How was your tournament overall, though?
It was the same thing. Round one, that same thing happened to me, except I didn't say anything, and I got a draw.
Yeah.
I was swinging with KO Ken, 135K. He just
That
waited.
sucks. So at that point, what else happened in that event?
They gave me a draw.
So, but what's your record like right
Oh, I finished. I got to 2-1-1, and then I
And
played.
then you.
I lost to Janim in the last round, and he just ended up milling my shit out that I needed to win, which is harder than I thought. And then round before, I lost to Bloodlust 3 times, and he just so happened to have 4 apes. But that's the format for you. We can't really do nothing about it. So this format's just it's too wide open. Put it like that. It was hard to prepare for every fucking thing there is ready for. Because I played Shinron Ramp, and it was just I couldn't prepare for every fucking thing. I prepared for aggro matchups, but if
My
they,
deck was prepared for a lot of things. The issue was that I was going into time too frequent because I ended up getting a third draw. My overall record was 2 wins, 3 draws before I ended up getting DQ.
Right. But like I said, man, I look forward to your videos, man. Like I said, I definitely know how you feel, bro. That was some bullshit. But it is what it is.
That's why I made that statement. You see, like, you combo out for game, and you're like, your opponent's thinking, and it's like, I got it, right?
Right.
Time. Nope, you don't got it. It's a draw. And
So-
it's like, you seriously not going to, like, that's why I made that statement. It's like, like, are you serious?
Yeah.
Like, I'm not. Like,
So
I felt cheated.
Yeah,
And
hopefully
that's
they-
why I made that
hopefully
statement.
they
And then I
fix
get
that shit.
DQ'd for it.
Hopefully they fix that shit, because that was just like that. Wow. Like the fact that you made a statement that was just like indirectly, like not even telling this what you should do, this is what you should have done.
Yeah.
And they still was like, no, DQ.
Because again, the manipulation and that basically the match, it was like the match was over, and it's like even prior to that, the fact that it's like I'm basically telling the person to give me the win, but
how
not
is it
without saying.
But here's the thing, it can't call manipulation if he already decided in his mind he's not going to do that. So how's it manipulating? You
Because
didn't manipulate him.
I said something. It's like imagine if someone like said, "Here's $20, give me the win." The match is already decided, but you're like, "Here's $20." You know.
Right.
Obviously, the act.
Look at
So
this.
like I got DQ'd
Wow.
off the act.
What are you eating? Twizzlers?
But yeah, that's what.
Well, like I
happened,
said,
guys.
we'll wait for your video, man. Like I definitely know how you feel, bro. I definitely know how you feel.